Good, babe?
It's still spinning. There you go.
We're good, babe?
Yes.
Live now?
We're live?
Yes, and it is now past 7:30. We're not past time, y'all. It is now 8:50.
Well, Charlie's
It is 8:59.
Charlie's in Colorado time.
He clicked on 8:58.
Oh, okay. So it's Charlie's too early
Charlie
and
is
rushing
too early.
us.
He's rushing us. I don't like to be rushed.
Slow your roll. You wait on us.
That's it.
Well,
Good morning, sir.
morning, Rusty. How are you?
All right.
We've got coffee hot. Cheers.
Cheers.
We got hopefully a good show planned.
Sorry.
One that's a first for me. We discussed this last week whenever we were going to do this. That I have heard the term fish taco. I've never seen one being made.
See, I thought you were saying that it was a first for you to have a good show.
Oh. No.
It's a first for me.
But whenever we were talking about
Okay, so we've got. I want to interrupt you because we have our special co-host,
very special.
Oh, y'all.
who's
It's just
running
gonna make you coffee.
who's running the chat for us because the kids overindulged last time. But we'll get into that in a minute. Go ahead and finish your statement. I'm sorry.
Lee came up with the idea of making fish tacos this morning. And I've heard the term fish tacos. I've never had one. I've never seen one. And whenever I'm thinking of fish taco, he was talking about the stuff that he had gotten, for the toppings. And I said, so what is a fish taco? You just put fish in a taco shell, add on lettuce and cheese, and put on tartar sauce instead of taco sauce. That's what I'm thinking. And then he said, no, it's like a slaw, and then dressing and stuff. And I'm thinking like a fish tick laid across the taco shell or something like that. But this is going to be a little bit different for me. I've never experienced this.
These are his fish tacos today, but you'll have to go somewhere and get like fish tacos that make them all the time.
Yeah. So
They're really good.
what I did is I went low budget today because I already had everything. Well, I went and got the coleslaw mix, so pretty simple. I had flounder fillets in the freezer, so we thawed those out in the refrigerator overnight. And then I've got a coleslaw mix that we're going to use. Just plain Jane coleslaw mix, nothing fancy. Then we're going to toss that with a mustard barbecue sauce. We got this down at Edda Stove. What's the name of the place? King's Market. And I've been in it a little bit here and there, but we're gonna drizzle the slaw with that. Put that on top of our slaw mix.
Was that the place you introduced me to the pecan praline things? Those were good.
Those were not as good, man. They were good, but you got to go downtown to the candy place, like it's catty corner to the market, and then the Fudge Man, as we call it. There's this place on, oh gosh, what is that street? It might be King Street. There's a candy shop that Peyton has always stopped and watched them pull fudge.
Do you want me to do this whole bag?
No, only do about half.
Okay.
And they have the best
yet.
pralines ever. Which, Lee,
Yeah.
we're coming into the fall. My sister said our Nothing But Cake place have the best praline cake that is a seasonal cake in the fall.
Okay.
So I'll have to get a little one because the big one just makes me want to eat it.
Yeah. So fortunately, Cub has
I eat the whole thing.
Oh, we want to go real light. You want just enough to cover it. That's it. So you want to go real light. All right, toss it.
We don't want to saturate it.
Yeah, if you go too heavy, it'll be too much of a punch in the mouth, and you won't get that crunch.
Okay.
Bluegill tacos are my favorite. I'll eat tacos anywhere. I love tacos.
Yeah.
I like
Just
finding
air
places
more.
that make them a little different. Like, I like a hamburger taco, but I also like fish tacos and stuff
Good.
with steak and shrimps and all the other kind of stuff.
So now it looks kind of like a curry peanut sauce type deal. You know, we get the fancy places. We even got the peanut sauce in there and drizzle around.
Yeah, okay.
That's it. Pretty simple right there.
Alright.
We hope it's good. You have not made this combination before.
I have.
Oh.
I've done it.
Behind
I've
the
done
Garage
it.
Barbecue. Good morning, y'all.
What's up, Craig? Yep, so that's pretty simple. So while the Blackstone's heating up here, let's kick it up a little bit higher. I don't want to look too hot. So we had an interesting week. Not really, but I mean, yesterday was pretty busy. Let's see, through the week, what did we do? So Sunday last week, Sunday after the live, Sunday afternoon, got to be on the Keto Tom and Mike show, the Keto show, and I'm the third member.
I know, exciting. You're so famous now.
Yeah, big time right there, baby.
We're moving right on up.
So that was exciting. We talked with a guy named Matt Troyce. He does keto and wrestling, so he talks a lot of wrestling and stuff. He does what they call he called it something else, but it's like a watch party where he'll have a wrestling like say Raw, WWE Raw on or whatever, and he's watching that, and you see the reactions. You can hear it, but you can't see it. And you see his reaction, and the chat's going, so he's talking to the people while they're watching it too. Make sense?
Yeah. So you're not watching it. You're just listening to his and seeing his reaction.
The wrestlers on a keto diet and how the wrestlers
No.
are losing weight.
No, his channel is those two things. So he has wrestling.
Oh, so he's a wrestling fan and a keto fan.
And a keto. So then he'll do the part that I found was really cool was he would like go into a restaurant and take a regular meal off of like say whatever combo meal 18 is and make that keto. So he would order it as keto. Meaning
So substitute, take things off without the bread, without the bun, without this, add this.
So if you went in and got a Big Mac, he would order it without the buns, without any fries, with side salad instead.
I would like the hamburger patties, the cheese, the lettuce, and maybe the pickle.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not special sauce because it probably has some sugar in
I
it.
guarantee you it does.
Yeah. So it was kind of that part was
just
kind of
give me
interesting.
some hamburger patties, will ya?
That part was kind of interesting. So we got to talk with him, and he's got two other channels. One is all keto. It's all shorts. It's a Keto World Order. And then the other one, I forget what it is. It was like, it's him and his brother, and it's all wrestling related. So, but it was a really good chat. I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. Yeah. We got to break in the new studio. So we changed the spare room that was the office, that was a bedroom, that was a guest room, is now a studio. We got to break that in.
Yeah, I didn't like it being my office.
So now it's going to be where we podcast, and where I do the live show with the Keto Boys. And I had to laugh because when you got four people up on the screen and it's kind of divided,
It looked like the Brady Bunch.
it did. It reminded me of the Brady Bunch, and I was like, we're two screens away from being the Brady Bunch.
You're more than two. There were 6 kids. It was 9 screens. It was the girls, the boys.
There was 3 rows, but there were 3 windows.
Oh,
yeah, the wife, the maid, and the dad.
So we're on our way to becoming the Keto Bunch. Kind of funny.
Tell you what.
Yeah. But we also got a new addition for the bear cave.
Oh, yeah, you got a ceiling fan.
Somebody,
when we tilt it up.
no, it's fine.
It's just a ceiling fan, y'all.
Yeah, it's just steel fan.
With a light.
But he calls me and says, "Hey, I got somebody's getting rid of a ceiling fan. You still want one?" Hell yeah! So we go get it. I got it put in yesterday, and I think it's been working pretty dang good. In front of this Blackstone, though, it's still like 1,000 degrees.
See, I'm sitting over here. I just tilted the fan up.
So I got the ceiling fan running. I got a box fan running, and then Mom's got her own fan blowing on. And we're over here sweating because I kicked on the Blackstone. But I think once we get this beast over back to your place, we get the little 2-burner back, it'll be a lot cooler. Because then it's one little area putting out heat instead of heating up this whole big roll of steel. So
it'll be coming home next Sunday after the next Sunday's live.
Yep, you got something planned.
We got one more cook planned on this one here. I got my truck out of the shop, so now I can put my trailer on and come by here and pick it up. Because my truck broke down the Sunday that I brought this over here Saturday night for our Sunday morning live, and that Saturday night I let my daughter and my son-in-law took my truck, and on the way home it broke. And so my truck's been in the shop since the day I brought this over and dropped it off. So I haven't been able to get it out of Tanya's way. Like the grill in the backyard.
Yeah. I can just start pointing, and that can go, and that can go, and do you have anything in that?
Yeah. I love the bacon grease inside.
Scotty's Backyard Barbecue said he's getting a new Blackstone as soon as he sells his pit boss.
Buddy, the videos you've been putting up about that, the pit loss, has been great. There's a lot of questions that I've had on that because they were coming up on the Blackstone forums and stuff like that about that non-stick surface. Oh, I don't even need this. About the non-stick surface, and these are going to cook.
They're going to cook really fast. They're thin.
Yep. So
you don't have a trash can either. Just set it over there.
Yeah, give me that bucket. The little bucket inside there. I did have. Oh, I do. Right on the other side of here. So we'll do these.
So yesterday.
Such a nice fragrant aroma.
Yeah.
So yesterday, between you and Peyton, you tried to do a number on my bowls.
Oh.
Peyton, you know the small bowl that's like that we always use? Peyton shattered it. And then last night, Lee shattered one of the other bowls. I'm like, y'all are done. Y'all are done.
And I didn't do it.
So, great. So I'm putting it on my Christmas list that I want these really nice metal mixing bowls that have like the pretty colors around them. I'll pick them out because I know the ones I want. Because everyone likes to drop my glass things, apparently.
Yeah, I got the stainless steel bowl to go to Sam's Club, and they've got a nesting set, large, medium, small, very small, and I bought 2 of those sets so that all of my bowls are stainless steel in the house.
I'm just like, y'all, I've had these bowls for 20 years.
Wow. Well, that glass that you had.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've had them forever. And not even a chip. And yesterday,
yeah, the one brown bowl, it looked just like this one. Nothing special.
Nothing special. Not my
pulled
type,
it out,
but I don't mind that one as much.
And I went to set it down, and it just, I don't know. Boom.
You missed the counter?
I mean, I went like this, and then next thing I know, it caught the edge and went straight down and shattered. So, oops.
Yeah. So a bunch of the guys are working. Well, only one guy's working on Friday. I'm trying to, the dude, grilling dude. He's working.
What's up, dude? I'm gonna cut this one off because we won't use this side. We're just doing these little ones. How's Mama doing, dude? So yeah, so we had that little fiasco, but we also did. So Pay wanted to have a end of summer, getting ready to go back to school bash.
Little party, because most of her friends don't live here.
So
like her college friends don't live in our areas.
There was a few of them that did, and she wanted to have a big shindig to, the college kids getting ready to go back, yada yada yada. Well, in true fashion, there was only like 3 that showed up out of the 15 or 20 that initially.
Well, that's what I'm saying. A lot of the ones she invited were from up at her school, and they're like, "Well, I might be able to come down."
Well, there were some that were in Charlotte or,
some around. It just didn't work
around here that they got the dates mixed up, so they couldn't get off work. But it happens. So we did a low country bowl.
That's okay. I ate their share.
Man.
Right? I'll be eating their share later.
Yeah. So Teresa loved her share last night.
So we did a wonderful low country bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And
I need to get some grits now. I have some instant grits.
Yeah. And y'all know Jimmy from Cup and Stuff. He did one not too long ago on his channel. And so I did video it, so we'll be putting that up on ours in a little while. Probably this coming week.
I put a little dump video up last night where you dumped it on the table.
Yeah.
So not our exciting news, but there's a little excitement in Rock Hill this week.
Coming up?
No.
Oh.
One of our friends who is amazing, you know who I'm talking about, only the one and only Amanda.
Oh, yes.
Yes. She, Heroes, Hungry Heroes. I couldn't,
Yeah.
I was like, hometown? No, well, she could be a hometown hero, but Hungry Heroes, she is, and Lee's talked about her before. She cooks for military veterans, and she just pulls her smoker around, and she cooks for these folks. She just got her truck redone. Buck Commander, and was it the something 9 Ranch? I forget what it's called. We don't know. They surprised her by upgrading and redoing her truck, and they delivered it to her very recently. So it's been all over Facebook. But I'm just it's well deserved. She deserves for what she does to have a reward come back to her. So if you haven't seen it, look up Hungry Heroes on Facebook. Yep. You'll see her big truck review. What's the ranch, babe?
E3.
E3 something 9.
It's a meat company.
Yes.
And Buck Commander.
Yes.
If y'all remember Willie Robertson from Duck Dynasty, it's a foundation or an organization that they've started, and they got to where they're bringing out veterans, disabled veterans, and they go up to E3 Ranch and they do a hunt. So they take out these disabled veterans, they do a hunt, and then while they're, depending on what, whether it's deer or whatever's pheasant, whatever's out there, and then Amanda's up there and she does all the cooking for that. So she's kind of like the chef, and they get to take her out and shoot and all that stuff. And we say
it a lot. We try to encourage other people who are doing really great things, and she is awesome. We run into her every once in a while in town, just randomly, typically at the grocery. That's where we run into her, Sam's Club.
Yeah.
But it's always good to see her succeeding, to see her reward, to see her impact in the communities. So just check out Hungry Heroes on Facebook and like her post. Check out her new truck. It does look pretty sweet. She deserves all of it. So.
Yep. They added, I think.
They said it was $10,000 of upgrades.
Yeah, they put a big lift, new rims, tires, Nerf bars. They added little badges, Hungry Hero badges around.
It's very cool.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
Pretty neat deal. They have the reveal video that is just she's in prepping for the dinner, and they come in and are like, "Hey, come here," and they walk out, and one of the guys who she's with E3 Ranch, and she's really good friends with, is like, "Come here, check this out," and then they show her truck.
And she stopped us, and we knew it was happening. She goes, "I got to tell you," and we knew it was happening. But she goes, "I just got the call. It's so exciting. I don't know when. I don't know when I'm getting it back. I'm kind of nervous. This is my truck." So it was kind of cool to see it come back.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's all I meant, like, about the exciting thing. Nothing else.
Oh, okay. Well, there is something kind of exciting. So the American Cornhole League, if you all didn't know, there's a professional cornhole league.
Yeah.
They are going to be on ESPN 3, I think, this weekend. And
Rock Hill.
They're taking place right here in Rock Hill. And one buddy we went with last year called me and was like, "Dude, you want to go?" So, I know you're not into that,
Right.
But we
I
went. We had
have
a good
to make
time.
sure I can, because what are we doing? That's right.
Oh.
Mama and Aaron, my best friend here, we are laying down new flooring in the bathroom because the toilet broke. So I had to buy a new toilet. It needed flooring, upgrade. So what better time than now to redo a floor? So I need her assistance to lay the floor.
Looks to be open the right way.
So that's what we're doing. So I have to get that done, get the new toilet in. The kids are not happy about having a half bathroom right now.
You like the West Coast steak, right?
Yeah.
This stuff, let me tell you, this may be my new go-to on turkey and chicken. This stuff is awesome. Get you some.
So yeah.
Yep. So last year we went and they had the American Cornhole League. They did the exhibition on Saturday, and with that they had Doug Flutie and Flavor Flav was the what would we call that? Not the
MC.
Yeah. I was thinking.
Did he have his clock?
Yep.
Yeah.
I was thinking the ringmaster, but I knew that wasn't right. Oops, that was done.
I think the best part of that whole thing was that crazy dodgeball.
Yep.
So
So
they had dodgeball.
they have the National Dodgeball Championships. They have the
Air guitar.
National Air Guitar Championships. Yep.
So I don't know what all they're doing this year. I haven't looked into it too much. I saw tickets were like $10 for some tickets, but it almost looked like this year you had to select a seating preference. Like last year, it was kind of just stand.
Yeah.
There were some seats here and there that people were sitting in, but a lot of people were just walking and standing. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it much more. So, I got to do some home improvements in order to get to go.
Yep. She couldn't go float the river until she got her stuff done.
I do want to go float the river again.
Yep.
I want to take my mighty kayak out soon.
Yep. So, it's been a busy.
I work until 6 now, and that messes it
busy
all up.
Been a busy few weeks, or this week, few days.
Yeah.
But when I went inside to get the shake, the kids are all up, and I told them if they wanted breakfast, they better get up. Not to come out and have this, but if they wanted eggs or whatever, right? They need to get busy with eggs. Yeah. Yep. So I might pop over and see if they need to get some, or if they want something. But, so quick question for everybody. Think about, this is completely not grill related.
Perfect.
So I asked Cub this the other day, and she looked at me and said, "What the hell?" So y'all remember Medusa, right, from Greek mythology? Now Charlie's shaking his head. The lady with the snakes.
Clash of the Titans.
Yep. Clash of the Titans.
It just came to me.
What do you think her victims, the statues that are in her lair, aside from what you saw in the movie, but what do you think their faces were like? Obviously stone, but I mean like the look on their faces. Were they like, ah! Or were they like, how you do? You know there was one that was like, how you do?
That would be you. That would be you. You'd be like, I can charm my way out of this. No, you can't. You're not that charming.
Oops.
I've never thought of Medusa nor her victims. Me either. That's what I told him. No problem. He asked me that when I walked in this morning. I'm like, you talking about the girl with snake hair?
Yeah, I've never.
Yeah,
I've never
so I was just
thought
like
to wonder about any of it.
It was just one of those. You're kind of like,
No.
And I told him, I said, I remember a movie whenever I was a kid, like 40 years ago, called something Titans. And he said, yeah, that's right. And it just now came to me, Clash of the Titans.
Yeah. No, honey, never wondered that.
No, the only thing I
So
remember
while you're at work this week, you all can think about that.
while I was thinking about it, I'm like, the only thing I can remember is the guy had a shiny shield and was trying to look at the reflection in the shield to find out where she was so that he could kill her. And apparently you can look at her reflection, but you can't look at her directly. And that's the only thing I remember about Medusa.
Yep. I forget the actual story and how she got the snake head and all that, but she was cursed because she had an affair with somebody, one of the other gods, or something like that. I can't remember the whole thing, but anyway, so I was just sitting there. I was like, I wonder.
If they probably said, "Oh man," but not man. They probably said the F word. "Oh."
Yeah.
Because they looked at her.
Oh, fudge.
Yeah.
But I was just like,
fiddle faddle.
I was just like,
You know,
I wonder with
put
one
in
of
your
them,
own words.
because you know there was one out of the thousands that she turned to stone. There had to have been one going, ooh, hey, how are you?
Well, apparently she was extremely beautiful, and guys wanted to gaze upon her until she flipped the switch and became the Medusa and turned them into stone.
So the way the one story goes is she was like a 12 on a scale of 10.
She was Jessica Rabbit.
And after she had this affair, that was her curse, was the snakes, and then so she was still beautiful, but now she was like a 10 with snakes on her head. And then you would look at her because she's completely different than anything you've ever seen. So
I'm amazed sometimes at how your brain works and the stuff that takes point in your brain.
Work.
Exactly.
kind of dragging us out. We could have been done with these in
they're
20
fast.
minutes ago. They are fast.
We're only 30 minutes in.
Yeah, I know.
Here you go, the grilling dude.
What's up,
She
dude?
and Poseidon engaged in the wild thing, and Athena, Poseidon's wife, found out and cursed her. There you go. There is how it happened. Carrie's here.
Carrie? I haven't seen Carrie forever. She sends me TikTok stuff.
I got a couple TikToks. I'm not a I don't understand how to send everything. I send things to you.
Yeah, I get the voice, or not the voicemails, the emails that you sent me stuff, and I'm like, and I'm terrible. I haven't been on TikTok. I don't even think I've posted it in a while.
Here's the thing. You live with me. You don't respond to me. That's all.
Well, there's that too.
Yeah.
I'm not a TikTok person either. I don't do that much.
I think I don't know how to do a lot of it. It's mindless entertainment when he's watching all the things I don't want to watch, but I want to be with him. So I sit on the couch and I scroll.
That's your pastime. You get on TikTok and that's your pastime.
Well,
that and reading cheap free smut.
oh, I do read Cheap Free Smut. Thank you so much. I do. I read stuff I don't have to think about because I think a lot.
And yes, Craig is probably going, she's married to you, isn't that cheap free smut enough?
Oh yeah, that's it.
I know, Craig.
That's the smut. That's the smut. Well, I could read educational things, but I just got done with school. I don't want to read it yet. Like I need to do some continuing ed, but I don't want to do it yet.
Right.
I don't want to learn anything right now. But I mean, gosh, like I could learn more things. I just don't
You
want
can learn
to.
a lot watching your smut.
Right? I don't watch it.
Take it back because she's the only woman in America that read 50 Shades of Grey and was pissed off. You remember when 50 Shades of Grey came out, the book? And
I remember when the movie came out.
Well, when the book came out, every woman in America.
Everybody was reading it. And I found it to be...
It was all over how much guys were appreciating. They were buying the book for their wives because, I mean, they were what they call Twitter painted.
They were Twitter painted.
Twitter painted. Do y'all remember Bambi? So yeah. So there was a lot of people trying to be rabbits.
Well, they thought it was going to influence their bedroom themes.
Yes. So it increased, and everybody was all enthralled with this. I was like, honey, you got to read this book. It's all over the radio. It's on TV. It's everything. Facebook's all over it.
So I read it.
She read it, and she goes, that mother. And I was like, damn it. I was like, why? And I looked up and I said, why? I have to be married to the only woman in America who's pissed off about this book. It's getting everybody else.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yes.
It's the control thing, babe. I'm not good with somebody trying to control me. That's the issue.
And yet she can't pick out where to eat for dinner.
That's not a control thing.
Oh, shoot. But anyway.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Anyway. So,
you know how as we raise kids and our grandparents and our parents are like, I hope you have one just as bad or worse than you. Honey, you got me. Somebody that was going to challenge you the way you've challenged so many people.
I put that on my grandma.
She said, this girl isn't going to buck down to him. She's not going to take what he says and just do it.
Grandma told me, if you don't start treating them older women better, it's going to get you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I ended up with 3 girls and a wife who's pissed off mad because a book that's turning the world upside down. Anyway, we won't get into that no more.
He said the dinner debate is a woman thing, I believe.
It is. So we have to start with...
Yeah, maybe.
We have to start with, what don't you want?
And that helps, right?
And
that was down 50%.
Well, here's the thing.
Well, especially here. She's like, I don't want fast food. Well, I knew that. But do you want a burger? Do you want tacos? Do you want... Well, I don't know. So then I have to say, what kind of beer do you want? And then she goes, ooh. And then there's only like 3 or 4 places that we go anyway. But she'll narrow it down to 2 really quick. And then she's like, I don't know. I don't care. Wherever.
I did ask you to do something, right? Didn't I?
Oh, yeah, recently.
So I said, I think part of it is I'm tired of everything in town.
Yeah.
I'm tired because we only go to a handful of places because that's what we like and we don't like other things. And we only go to a handful of places. So I said, I want him to start picking somewhere in Charlotte and let's branch ourselves out because there's thousands of restaurants around us that we've never tried. And I'm cool with driving that way. Like, a big thing that has always got me here is people are like, oh, I want to go to IKEA perhaps, but I don't want to drive to Concord. It's so far away. We lived in freaking cornfield like areas. We didn't have restaurants. My hometown still doesn't have a good sit down restaurant, I don't think. So we'd have to drive an hour to get to a restaurant.
It's all perspective.
It is.
So I don't think twice about driving an hour to get to a restaurant. That's cool. Like, some days I want to get up in the morning and drive to Mount Pleasant so I can go to Pages and have lunch, see the beach, and come home. I'd be cool with it. Aaron's cool with it. So I said, Lee, I want you to start finding somewhere in like Charlotte or some outskirting area that we can go to
It's
try.
not barbecue.
That is not barbecue because I don't like it.
And me with my job, an hour is nothing. I mean, that's just like running down here to the food line real quick. I mean, but Teresa, same thing. Now, whenever she's talking about, Concord Mills Mall, whenever she only wants to go there around Christmas time, but then she'll second guess herself and say, no, that's too far to drive. I said, too far? My hub that has all my parts is one exit before Concord Mill. I'm like, it's right there in my office. I mean, I do this every day. It's nothing.
Well, it's like we would drive everywhere. You had to drive everywhere. If you wanted to go shopping growing up, you drove an hour to 2 hours away to go shopping.
Wow.
Yeah.
In my hometown. So
Plus,
Carrie said, it's funny, I drive all over around where she lives to find a good Chinese restaurant. Still hasn't been able to find one. I've lived here all her life. So she decided to make her own. Yeah, like, but it's behind the garage, is that correct?
yeah.
He said you can drive through Rhode Island in about 40 to 45 minutes. They call it going cross country. That is crazy.
Cross country.
Yeah,
Well, I'm thinking cross the state, but
cross country.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I would like to make. I'm going to let you all in on a secret. I don't think the bearded one, my bearded one, wants this to be known. He doesn't cook all week, y'all. This
No,
is the cook.
see, if you would watch my dailies, you would know that. Because I say that. I get in the moods where I'm like,
Moods.
F this, I'm not doing it.
Moods. His new thing, because I work from home now, is he'll make a big thing of like sausage or a big thing and be like, well, you got them sausages I made you the other day. By Thursday, I'm like, I don't want more sausage, babe. I'm sausaged out. Can I please have something else to eat? So I don't even know what I want to eat. And that's why I need to find new places with new things.
Yeah, see, if you watch my dailies, you would know that.
Honey, I live your dailies.
No, you don't. You think you do?
Oh, I don't.
No.
Okay. All right, baby. I'll do
Anyway.
better.
Anyway, I'm enjoying those dailies.
Like,
Trying to get better at them.
I started getting the Hello Fresh box so I could have a meal in the evenings. And I've been cooking them.
Yes, you have.
And he lets everybody know on his videos.
Yeah,
And I always ask, do you all want to see it? And nobody responds. So
I
say okay.
I just behind the garage, she said, Lee's all about that meal prepping. Yes.
I used to be.
Here's the thing about Lee. I'm sure you guys know this. See how I prefaced that? Lee likes meat. Lee will make meat for the meal. And then I'm like, well, what did you get to go with the meat? And he said, meat. Like, Lee doesn't think so much about a side to go with the meat.
Right.
Why would you?
That's the same way at my house. I'll come in with all the proteins off the grill or smoker or whatever, sit on the thing. She said, what else we have? I said, whatever you make. Here's my contribution.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, we haven't had vegetables and I don't know how long. We might want to eat a vegetable. More meat. More meat is not the best method. We need vegetables. We need fruit.
Maybe the fish.
I think it is a man thing, Carrie. I think you're right. So yeah, I'd had to do more cooking, which I don't enjoy. Baking, I enjoy. I don't enjoy cooking.
She does a very good job.
Oh, I can open a can of corn too. I did hear that if you take corn on the cob, isn't it like you boil it in milk or you put it in milk? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah, people boil it.
It makes it really flavorful.
I don't know what it does. I've never done it. I'm not gonna waste enough milk to boil corn.
Well, I don't have enough milk. I never keep milk in the house. It's a rare thing if we have milk. Corn on cob in milk?
Are you Googling it?
I am Googling it. Bring water to a boil, add milk and butter, and then reduce the heat. Let it simmer it for 6 to 8 minutes. That's how they say to make it.
Or just throw it in the pot of the shrimp boil.
Yeah, I did tell Lee I haven't been eating like the corn out of the shrimp boil lately, and I had 2 little pieces, so like an ear of corn. And I thought that was really good corn.
It was, yeah. It was nice
Well, I
and
didn't
firm.
I was very good,
It was.
and the taters in the corn I didn't have.
I did.
And so I was, and then last night I got another bowl. That's when I broke the other one, but I got another bowl, and I had 1 tater. It was just good.
Yep.
So I've got to do better, and being with the keto boys, I'm gonna, when I did have a cheat the other day, and Tom was on my shoulder going, "Hey, buddy, I see that." I was like, Tom. But all right, rest of traveling. Don't be scared.
Yeah, just a little nervous.
I love. Carrie said she likes mixing hot dogs and beans with a side of cornbread. Yes. So funny thing, when Lee and I were first married and first dating, that's the kind of stuff I would make Lee when he really annoyed me. I would make him like beanie weenies, or I would make him like Chef Boyardee and hot dogs, and he's like, "What did I even do?"
That West Coast shit was really good.
But that was a meal I made when he annoyed me.
Can't really taste. I was expecting, because of the way it was cooked, I was expecting a fishy fish tasting, and I don't get that at all.
Isn't it like if it's a fishy fish tasting, then the fish isn't that good?
There's some fish that just taste fishy.
It all depends on, like, your sardines have more oil in them,
Ugh.
and then they're packed in oil. Like your catfish, if you don't pull that silver skin off, then you have more oil in it because it's in that silver skin. So it also depends on how it's cleaned.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, the grilling dude. These are not going to travel well. So if you'd like one, you have to come here. That's how it works.
So y'all didn't hear that. What'd you say, Rusty?
I'm pleasantly surprised.
See what happens when you branch out?
And you don't need Taco Bell cheese or anything like that.
Well, you shouldn't put fish with cheese.
I was thinking about that, and that's in the fine dining. They always say you don't do that, right? But what do you do with shrimp scampi?
All right, grilling dude, come on.
Like
Scampi.
It has the cheese on top.
Is it cheese?
But shrimp's not fish.
But it is a crustacean. And then I was thinking, well, the term was seafood and fish don't go together, or seafood and cheese. But then you get oysters, and they dress up the oysters, and they have cheese on, like baked cheese on top.
I have not seen that. I haven't seen that, but okay, y'all.
We got it in Florida. Well, you wasn't with us. The guys all went out and we went fishing, and then we got oysters at the place, and I told you they had all the different kinds.
Yeah.
And you were like, really? But they baked the oysters, and they put like there was sauce and then a cheese.
I wonder if it's a special cheese.
And
It's not American or cheddar.
No, it was like a mozzarella Asiago mix, something like that, like a 5
I don't know.
cheese Italian.
Okay, guys, fish and cheese. What is your perspective?
But then I was like,
I like cheese on anything.
And then you get
my favorite fish sandwich is the McDonald's fish fillet, and it has a piece of cheese on it.
And you get you make a tuna sandwich, like a canned tuna, you put cheese on it.
Carrie said, "Isn't it called oyster Rockefeller?"
Is that it, or is it?
She's probably right.
Or the oysters that are in the rock salt that are served raw or steamed, and then they present them on the big thing of rock salt.
I don't know.
Because I got them at I think at the Rockefeller at
It's not, Carrie. It says oysters Rockefeller consists of oysters on a half shell that have been topped with rich sauce of butter, parsley, and other green herbs and breadcrumbs, and then baked and broiled. Lemon wedges. Wait, I didn't read the full description. Lemon wedges are a typical garnish. It does not say cheese.
Yeah.
Well, what is his name from Hell's Kitchen? He's always like, "You did fish
Gordon
and
Ramsay?
cheese, yes.
Yeah.
Fish and cheese, no. Fish and cheese,
Yeah.
no."
So like flounder, I wouldn't put cheese on. You know, like your fish fillet from McDonald's, that's the same stuff as pollock, which is the same stuff that is made into fish sticks. Shit, I just lost. I watched a documentary on it where they have the great big barges or ships that go out. And
everybody here is like, cheese on it, man. Put cheese on it.
And then
Make
they
it happy.
go out and they catch all the fish, and it's a whole processing plant on the boat,
including the fast freezing plant.
Yeah, it's got, so then it comes in out of the ocean as a fish and goes out packaged, ready to ship.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was canned tuna comes out of there. All your fish fillets, your fish sticks, imitation crab is pollock. So
Yeah.
that, you know, I always had a slice of cheese with my tuna sandwich or tuna salad sandwich.
So maybe that cheese you do, and other things you don't. Or
Yeah.
that fish you do, and other
Like
things
mahi
you don't.
mahi, I don't know if I put cheese on.
No, you cannot ruin mahi or salmon with cheese.
Yeah. So I think it depends on the cut.
Now, I've made salmon, baked it in the oven and used sprinkled Parmesan cheese on top for a crust. And that
You
it
can
wasn't.
make Parmesan
I didn't put
crusted.
on American or cheddar or nothing like that, but it was grated Parmesan. And
So
I
I
like that.
Is that imitation parm or is that real parm? The grated parm is imitation.
Why is it not? Parmesan cheese has been grated.
I'll have to look at it. Oh, let me go get one. Because I believe it says imitation.
I don't know.
But I mean, that's normal for me, putting Parmesan on salmon.
Yeah, I'm good with like blackened seasoning or butter. Oh, Carrie says she likes a good tuna melt. Sometimes I like a good tuna melt.
And I can't eat tuna if it's hot. My tuna sandwiches have got to be fresh out of the refrigerator and cold. I can't.
Okay.
Are we going to end the debate here? It's not really a debate. I just used the word. Go ahead.
Nope. So, the ingredients of Kraft Parmesan cheese.
We're now sponsored. There you go.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah.
Parmesan cheese, pasteurized skim milk, hard skim milk, cheese culture, salt, enzymes, cellulose powder.
Non-clumping agent, which doesn't work.
Yeah. Here, rolling around. potassium sorbate to protect flavor.
So it's
So
real.
it is real.
It is real.
For some reason, I thought they were fake.
I don't know why you thought that, but
I don't know. Mark it on the calendar, everybody. I was wrong again.
honey, the calendar would be so full.
Did you not hear me? I was wrong again. Again.
Again and
That's
again.
probably the fourth time in this last 50 minutes that I've been wrong. And it's okay. I admit it. I'm in a house full of all women. I'm never right.
Not just because you're a guy, but typically you're not right.
Yeah. So. But you
Rusty,
also had an
go
interesting week.
Say what? Oh, thank you.
Did you hit your head?
It was just such a minor accident. I don't even think about it. But I was on my way home from work. I was in Charlotte on South Tryon, and there was road crews there working on the traffic lights. So they had laid orange caution cones in the road, forcing traffic to merge left out of their lane that they were working on. I had my signal on, moved over, merging left. The car behind me had slowed down to let me pass, and then he changed his mind and got impatient and went to pass me. And when he got up beside me, he actually grazed the side of my car, and just a slight little, hit. I went through the light, turned over into the parking lot, expecting him to follow me. He just kept on going, didn't even stop. So I sit here in the parking lot after I got sideswiped. I had to call the police and do a hit and run report and all that stuff. And the guy asked the police officer, there was two different cop cars. One of them asked me, where did it happen? And I said, right there at that traffic light. He said, good, we got 3 cameras on that light. He told the other guy in the car, pull up the cameras for that light. And he asked me what time it happened. I said around 12 o'clock. So they pulled up the timestamp and went through it. And they said, yep, I see, there you are. And he said, yep, there's the guy. Let's see if we can get his tag. Because we don't have tags on the front of our cars in South Carolina. I wanted to see him pass the light so he can get his tag. And then they said, no problem. They let me go. They said, we'll take it from here. And so they got the guy who hit and ran me. And that was it. But the only damage where his mirror scraped across the side of my van, there's a little black streak where the plastic hit my door. I mean, nothing got dented in or pushed in or nothing. And the only damage, whenever he got inside up with me and I pulled off, apparently my tail light must have been right on his bumper or something, because it broke the bottom portion plastic of my tail ends. And that was the only damage. And reports already been filed, insurance has already been claimed. Adjuster's supposed to come by on Tuesday to look at it. But that was just an hour and a half of waiting in a parking lot for the police in Charlotte to come. But I told them when they finally got there, they were apologizing for being so late. And I said, I don't care. I get paid by the hour. I said, you want to go back and come back in another hour? I don't mind it.
Whoa.
I'm moving this. Why? Because.
What are you doing?
Don't want to zoom in too far. There we go. Zoom out a little bit. Because I'm going to take that one out.
I would help you, but I don't know how to do that. So.
It's all right. So, what I need to do is.
Now, if this doesn't work, this is Lee
one.
doing it. I'm just.
There we go.
I'm just
now
talking.
I'm out. There we go.
So, okay, you all like travel. Some of you travel a lot. Some of you are like around our area, East Coast kind of stuff. Maybe not that many of you. However, here's my question. So in September, Lee and I are heading up to Delaware for a week. Because somebody doesn't drive that far yet. I know my limitations on driving. Like, I drive a lot, but about 8 hours is really my end. And this drive is going to be at least 10. So I'm trying to think of somewhere to stop halfway. That's kind of cool. Something to look out, something to check out for the day, for the evening. And so we can continue our way. Like our friends who were going up to visit, they said they stop typically like outside of DC, which one I would love. But if I'm going to stop outside of DC, I'm going to go tour DC. That's just how I am. I'm going to go look at everything. But If you all have any ideas,
Fish taco.
How'd you like?
They were really
Let
good.
me
I was
know.
really surprised.
And yeah.
Never had one before, and I was expecting like fried fish or fish stick with lettuce and then cheese and then tartar sauce on it as a fish taco. But the way you made this, I was really surprised. It was really good.
Hell yeah.
Carrie, I would
That's
drive
cool.
faster, but I'm so nervous about being pulled over and my insurance going up. My insurance is already high.
That's a clip for upcoming The Day in Life.
Oh,
Day in My Life.
Carrie's only 45 minutes from DC.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that would be an awesome little stop, little break.
When I was in college,
Yeah.
my band did a 1 week tour in DC, and the hotel we were at, we was on the top level of the hotel. When you get on the balcony and look down, and the gas station right there in our hotel parking lot, 2 people were shot and killed the weekend we stayed there. And that was in '89. So if it was that bad back then, imagine what it's like there
You
now.
know,
Well, we would bypass DC and go straight to Cary.
now, before I was like, I'll go to DC and I'll go tour. I am dying to go back to DC. You know how I love it.
Yeah, DC was really cool.
I love it. I love to go tour all the museums. I like to go walk around the mall area there, like the outside mall. I want to go see like the Lincoln Memorial again. I want to go see the Vietnam Wall. I want another etching of my cousin's name. These are things I do. And I'm quite happy. I'll pay more for the hotel because I know everything is free. And Aaron and I, we're going to take the children. And then COVID hit.
Yeah,
And that kind of messed us up.
and then
I
shortly
don't
after
know
that,
what we're taking, Carrie. I haven't really looked. I just know that's the path. She said, I guess y'all are taking 95, maybe. I haven't done that much research.
The last time we went to DC, we went up 85 all the way over to. It might have been 95.
You know, so I'm starting the planning. I have about 6 weeks until I have to have the plan of how we're doing it all made.
Are girls going with you?
No,
Oh, you don't need me to take care of the dogs?
no, I think because Noli will be in school.
Yeah, no, will be back at work.
She'll be at working at school, so
Peyton will be back at school too.
yeah. It's gonna be us.
Just the mama and the daddy. Some alone time.
I have to work. Behind the garage said 95 will bring you right out of Rhode Island. Just keep going.
This looks like 64 over to 81. Is what it looks like. Yeah. Over to 81 to 211.
So I'm all for stopping places. I just have to figure it out because I can't leave until Friday night when I get off work. And then we're cool to leave Friday or Saturday. So
So that'd be awesome.
yeah, we'll have to like plan it and figure out if we can make it all work.
Yep.
So
Because I want to do that more, is meeting more people. You know, on the travels stuff. I'm trying to get a plan to go to Atlanta at some point and see Mike, and
I still have a plan to go to Texas.
we're still working Texas up.
I got a couple people I really would love to catch up with in Texas.
Yep. So we're still working the details out on Texas.
They got about 8 more days of 104-degree temperatures or higher, so put that off for a couple weeks.
8 more days. Man, it's Texas. It's gonna be up. Wasn't somebody posted it? It's almost fall, and I was like, no, not in the South. We don't hit fall until December.
Like,
That would be awesome, Carrie. We would enjoy that. So let's keep in touch about that. Let's see if we can make that work.
Yeah.
like Tanya, she likes sitting on the river and floating in the raft. I do too, but I want to wait till October to do it. I mean, I couldn't do it right now.
My whole body, like the back part of my body is in the water. I'm cool. I splashed the water up on me.
Yeah, the other day when you guys went, it was just too hot for me to.
And you know what though? It wasn't when you're on it, and this is what you and we both experienced. Like when we go to the beach, it never feels as hot when you're in the ocean
Right.
as it is outside.
Which I noticed that, like yesterday, I had my long sleeve shirt on, and when I was outside, I mean, we had a little breeze, we had a fan blowing outside under the canopy. Yeah,
tree line was shading us. It was comfortable.
So we were in the shade. We had all that. So I mean, we were sun covered, right? But I had my long sleeve sun shirt on, and when I came inside, within 10 minutes, I was unbearably hot, and it took everything I had not to take it off and just be like,
yeah.
But that's just because we had a lot of people over. But all right, well, opened your eyes to something new.
You did.
How did you like the mustard sauce on the slaw?
Me personally, I think it could have used a little bit more. I mean, I liked it. The flavor was good. It was just a little bit dry. Whenever I'm eating fish, I know I shouldn't, but I drowned it in tartar sauce. I just love tartar sauce, and so that one there was just a little bit drier than what I'm used to. So I just think that they could have used a little more sauce, but
I mean, but you see how easily you could overdo it.
Oh, definitely.
You know, one more tablespoon, and it could have been too much.
You should have got the remoulade sauce. Remoulade sauce?
I was going with what I had.
I know. I'm just saying the next time.
The only thing that I purchased just for this meal was the coleslaw mix.
I know.
I mean,
I was just making a comment.
I know, and I probably got mayonnaise, and I probably got ketchup, and I probably got all the stuff to make the remoulade sauce, but
because I like that with my fish sometimes. Tartar sauce is my preferred, but I do like that with fish sometimes.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Maybe next time. So, I'm not sure what the rest of the week's going to hold, but I know it's going to be good.
I work every day.
As long as I wake up on this side of the grass, it's going to be good. So,
and next Sunday, we got a old-timey diner recipe that we're going to be doing on this Blackstone.
Oh, is it an old-timey diner?
It is.
Ooh. So, and then he's going to make it his way, the way that he wants to make it, and then we're going to keto twist it.
Interesting.
Yes. And I'll throw this out there. So during the boil, I made up a little cheesecloth bag of garlic and tied it up, threw that in there. So the garlic cooked in the boiled juices. Got all that good seasoning. So we're going to make a garlic butter with that next week as part of our
meal.
Yes. Yeah. Experiment. So won't go too much more into that. Y'all have to tune in. So, all right. Well, let's get out of here. Everybody have a great week. Remember, there's 2 rules in cooking. Did you have fun? Did it taste good? Rock on. Y'all are awesome.
That one.
Yeah, that one, not that one, because there's no camera there.
Yeah.
Y'all are so fancy.
I had to take some thumbnails.
Bye,
Have a great
y'all.
week, guys.
See you later.